Hey guys, um, alright, welcome to another video. Uh, Sorry, I'm a little frazzled tonight. There's a news story I've been following. There was a video that was just posted, I believe it was yesterday or maybe the day before, um, with some rather disturbing developments. So I'm a little frazzled right now, but I figured I will do the Cutey Honey Manga review real quick and get that shot edited, uploaded. It's actually long overdue, so I'll get that done, and then we'll see about this other thing. I don't know if I want to talk about this news stories developments. At this point, I'm kind of well, I don't know that my attitude is going to change much, but anyway. Let me get on with this review before I really go crazy. Okay, so the Cutey Honey Manga started out in 1973, I believe. Ran from 1973 to 1974 for 2 volumes. Was published in, I believe, Weekly Shonen Jump at the time. Written and illustrated by Go Nagai. Now, if you don't recognize the name, he's the same guy who did the Kekko Common manga, which I reviewed last year. So yeah, if you guys remember from the Cutey Honey, the Kekko Common review, he has instances where I was questioning his sanity, right? Pretty much the same can be said here. Okay. I mentioned this in my first impressions article on the Crazy Nut Reviews website, and in the last video that I did as well prior to the news update. But when I did my first impressions video, I talked about the artwork, and I talked about the humor. So I'm not going to linger too long on those, I don't think. Anyway, let me think. Alright, let's talk about the story real quick. I talked about this in the first impressions video and in the article for that, so I won't, as I said, I'm not going to linger on it for too long. Essentially, you've got a female android character, Honey Kisaragi, who is looking to avenge the murder of her father, or her creator, father figure, whatever you want to call him. And she basically spends the whole manga hunting down the people who killed him. Now, the concept of the whole story, the concept behind it is very interesting. I don't think I've read something like this before, so it was very interesting. Let's put it that way. It was a very interesting read. A big part of the story is the artwork and the humor. As I mentioned in the first impressions piece, some of it was really nice to look at. Other parts of it, not so much, right? Some of the characters looked like big hairy apes, essentially. Which, I mean, that's not nice to look at all. Nightmare fuel if ever I saw it. um, oh, sorry, guys. Anyway, where was I? Oh, artwork. So yeah, I liked some of it. Didn't like all of it. The characters and the artwork kind of ties into the characters as well. There's like the characters being scary. I'd like to think that. But anyway, I will say I like the villains in this story. I mean, the main character of Honey Kisaragi is just fun. She's fun. She's bubbly. She's someone that you want to root for. And the villains are okay. They're cookie cutter. They're very, very basic. You know, they want a special invention that is built into Honey's body, and I don't think it's really specified what they want to do with it. I think they want to like sell it on the black market or use it to take over the world, or I don't know, something like that. I will say that I liked the artwork for the villains. Each member of the Panther Claw organization, they each had a unique look. So even if you couldn't remember the names immediately, you know, it would eventually click, and you'd go, okay, that is Sister Jill, for example. Of course, if you haven't read the manga, you probably wouldn't know that, but know who I'm talking about. But you get the idea. The humor largely falls flat, and that's kind of a problem for me. Because this was billed as a kind of sort of a raunchy, sort of sexy comedy series, you know, I mean, it's a magical girl series, but in general, it's okay. But there were times where the humor just, I don't know, it didn't click with me at all. I kind of just thought, okay, seriously, what was the point to this scene? You know? So yeah, I don't know. I mean, there are some scenes that were genuinely funny to me, but at the same time, even those scenes, as soon as I got over the giggle fit that came along with it, you know, I just kind of went, okay, why did I laugh at that? Why was that funny? You know? And, I mean, I don't know. It's just kind of weird. But yeah, I mean, most of the time the humor falls flat. I will say I like the violence, the way the violence was kind of depicted. I told you Honey Kisaragi was a likable character, that she was happy-go-lucky, bubbly. I neglected to mention she's also one heck of a fighter. And she's not above killing people, apparently. Most of the manga that I've read have shied away from brutal violence. They've shown violence, but it's either played for laughs. For example, in Nisekoi, I finished that series, I believe, 2 years ago. I read that series a few years back, and I mean, there is violence. The main character gets beaten up a lot, but But it's played for laughs. It's not meant to be a serious I'm gonna kill you kind of violence. And even the two gangster factions, even when they sort of get violent and get up in each other's faces, it's more played for laughs and for comedy than than an actual gang war. And I mean, there have been series that come close to showing brutal violence, and then they shy away from it. They go, well, yeah, no, we're not going to show that. And I mean, there are exceptions, obviously, but for the most part, the series that I've read, they shy away from it, and the protagonists are generally like really sort of happy-go-lucky, likable people, and I mean, when they do have to fight, it's always non-lethal. They don't like kill people for whatever reason. And yeah, Honey doesn't really care about that. There was a chapter where she was just chopping off heads left, right, and center. There's a scene where two members of Panther Claw are about to fight, and one ends up killing the other in gruesome, like really gory or gory, glorious fashion. I will admit that kind of got a cheer out of me. I'd been feeling kind of down, and yeah, watching a villain get what they deserve is, yeah, it's very satisfying. As sadistic as that sounds, it is very satisfying. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. I will say that some of the, kind of as a last note kind of thing, if I could improve it at all, I probably would have added a little bit more personality to some of these characters. A lot of them just kind of felt flat to me, and it's just, I don't know. It feels like the only people who really had a personality were Honey and pretty much the two main leaders of Panther Claw. And I mean, when you've got some of the other characters, they had personalities as well, but for the most part, those personalities were just quirks. It was like, oh, this one is perverted, and this one is clumsy, and this one is, naive, and so on and so on and so on. But there's no real depth to these characters, and even Honey and Sister Jill and the other leader of Panther Claw, there's no depth to them at all beyond being likable and being villainous. So, yeah, I mean, I probably would have tried to add a little bit more to that, to the psychological or the personality side of things. But hey, that's just me. Yeah, I guess that's it. Of course, I just said that, didn't I? And then I had something else to add. I was trying to think now to see if I've missed anything. I don't think so. No, I did. There is one question that I did kind of miss. Would I recommend this to someone? As much as I wanted to like this series, and I liked parts of it, but I wanted to like this series as a whole. Everything about it, or at least mostly everything. And unfortunately, it was just an okay manga, which it wasn't disappointing. There were some satisfying moments. Oh, sorry, my throat is really dry. But yeah, there were some satisfying moments. The artwork is great. Some of the humor is good. Most of it falls flat on every aspect. But I mean, if you're the answer to the question of would I recommend this is twofold. Okay, it's yes and no. Okay, if you're a hardcore Go Nagai fan and you've read, you know, everything this guy has ever written, so Kako Common, Akuma Kishi, Cinderella Kishi, the Devilman manga, Devilman Lady, Mazinger Z. If you've read those titles and you've read everything else that he's written, as unlikely as that might be, considering how many titles he's written, but if you're that kind of Go Nagai fan and you've read a lot of his work, then and you like his work, then yeah, maybe Cutey Honey is something that you'd want to check out if you haven't read it already. On the other hand, if you're just a casual, like, oh, I feel like reading this manga series today kind of person, well, then maybe steer clear of this one. It's not bad, but like Keka Common, it's definitely not for everybody. And frankly, I think there are better comedy series out there. So yeah, I mean, if you're just a casual sort of manga fan, probably not, and especially not if you're looking for a manga to start reading manga series. If you've never read a manga before in your life, okay, I would definitely not recommend this title to you. For the simple reason that a lot of it can be very off-putting. It's manga and anime are kind of the same in that regard, in that if you're a first-time viewer or a first-time reader, you know, sometimes you might find a series and you go, oh yeah, that looks like a good series, and then you find something, you know, like a gruesome piece of artwork, or just a scene or a chapter that you don't like, and it puts you off, and you decide, well, you know, well, this manga was like that, or this anime was like that, so every anime and every manga is like that. And yeah, it kind of poisons the experience, I think. So this would not be a good sort of entry-level manga to read. You know, maybe I should do a video on that. Different, like, which manga videos or manga series would be good entry-level titles to read. What do you think? What do you guys think? Okay, so that was my review of Cutey Honey. And you know, I actually kind of feel better now. I actually kind of feel better than I did at the start of this video. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I managed to score another video idea out of this, so yeah, you know, maybe look forward to that coming up, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye. Hey, just a quick sort of last minute addition, kind of last minute note, I guess you could call it. I would like to do something a little bit different for my other channel, my personal channel. I will leave a link to that in the description. But I'd like to do a different type of video for that. And the idea behind that video is just answering questions. You know, whatever questions that you know, you want to know, whether it's about the reviews I write, if you want to know what I write about or where I write, you can ask about that. If you want to know about hobbies, you can ask about that. Yeah, that's basically it. It's kind of a Q&A type video. I'm hoping to maybe do that in the next what is it now? Monday. Owie, owie, ouch. Okay, that didn't go according to plan. Every joint in my spine just went click. Okay, let me just check my planner here. What is it now? Monday 15th. So let's make it something for Saturday, April 20th. So this coming Saturday, yeah? Or maybe better yet, let's make it maybe Friday night. Yeah. Cool. Once again, thanks for watching the review, and thanks for watching this little last-minute edition. Bye, guys. Come on. I forgot to hit. Somehow the camera's still rolling. Oh boy. Blooper reel, here we come. Let's try again. Cheerio, for real this time.